I live in Texas, and normally in the July 4th week, it's hot as blazes and very dry. But on this one, not too long ago, it was rainy and it was cold, by which I mean maybe in the 60s or 70s, but that's quite unusual. And near me was a neighborhood parade. I love to wave, and therefore parades come in handy, no pun intended. Sorry, sorry, sorry. Anyway, so I decided to go and wave at the people in the neighborhood parade. We're talking kids in wagons and dogs with, looking like the Statue of Liberty and people in costumes and so forth. And I do believe if a person is in a parade, it really means a whole lot more if there are people to wave at you and acknowledge you. I was drenched. I looked like a drowned rat or a dog that had just had a very prolonged bath, and I just wasn't attractive in any way whatsoever, but I thought I could still wave and people might like that. So I was out, and I'll be darned if the parade this year was not very long at all. The dogs apparently weren't in the mood to get wet, and even though I thought most dogs were waterproof, and the children didn't really want to get out either. And so there were very few people marching along in the neighborhood parade. So I waved, but not for very long. There wasn't anybody left to wave at. And suddenly I was filled with the desire to become part of the parade. And so there was nobody really around. By that time, it had rounded a corner to tell me not to. So I jumped in, and I'm not going to say the rear of the parade. I was the last marcher in the parade. But there I was. I was a part of a neighborhood parade, walking along very purposefully. Mercifully for me, it was halfway over, so I didn't walk that far in the rain. And then there everyone was at the park where everyone disembarked from the route. And so by the time I got there, everyone had gone along and found their neighborhood groups, their families, their friends. And I, not being in a costume or not bearing a dog, wet or otherwise, or hauling children behind me, didn't really look like I'd been in the parade anyway, and the people prior to me in the parade hadn't noticed me. And so I was back to looking like just somebody who had strayed into the party. So that's what I'm thinking about this holiday. I don't know if I'll stray into another 4th of July, or just let the parade go by without me, or if I'll find a reason to be out there waving.